I'm gonna take that 1 tablespoon here and add another one. So 2 heaped tablespoons. Mix it up in the water so you have that even distribution when it gets into the rice. So one thing you always want to keep in mind when you're in the kitchen, such as Mama Niger's kitchen, is that nothing is ever etched on stone. It is a free platform for you to experiment. Experiment until you get your desired outcome. So now we're going to transfer this curry solution into our rice and see if we have the desired color or not. Again, just mix it in. You can see it's changing color. It's getting more yellowish. You know, when you're cooking fried rice, you can achieve different coloration based on the type of color you are using. You can also use food coloring if you want a different coloration. You can use a plant-based coloring if you want your rice to be green. See, I like that color, some golden tint color. It's not too bright yellow, no, kind of goldish. So the 2 tablespoons gave us the desired coloration we were striving for. So if my desired target wasn't met, I would have added another curry to another solution, mix it all up and mix it into the rice. That is why it's always good to taste the food as you cook, because I just realized that the pepper that I put in might eventually get too spicy. So what I'm gonna do is to remove one of those peppers, because I want everyone to be able to enjoy the rice and not just taste pepper. So we actually have to put this on a low medium, no, let's say medium, so that it's not just to boil the rice. I want the rice to absorb the spices into it, so that when it is fully cooked, you know, it is still separable like this and not sticky together. And that is why we are using the pre-boiled or parboiled rice. You can see we are not using the jasmine rice or the sticky rice. You know, there is a goal and intended outcome here, and that is to achieve that separation when you do your fried rice. So at this moment, I'm going to just cover it up. See, there is water at the bottom that is gradually cooking the food, but the rice needs the steam to cook all through. Meanwhile, I keep checking on the rice. As you can see, the full color of the rice has emerged. Just want to make sure it's not burning. So when I'm stirring to the bottom of the pot. Okay, so far so good. It's not sticking to the pot at all. So you can still easily separate the rice, but it's still a little bit dense when you compress on it. You can fully compress it with your hand, but still a little bit dense. So the little moisture we have left is enough for it to cook through. So I'm going to cover it back up. You want to cook your rice mostly with steam, not a whole lot of oil, water rather. Checking on the rice. So you can see the rice is well done. It's all fully robust, but at the same time you can separate it and it's not sticky. So let's do our final test. Okay, you can easily compress it. So that is cooked enough. By the time you do the frying of the rice, if you look at the bottom, it is totally dry. Part of the rice will be ham fried rice. So this is the spiral honey ham. So first you want to know how to clean it off. At Mama Niger's Kitchen, our goal is always to have a healthy eating that is delicious and yet good for the spirit, soul and body, and especially for the heart. So as you can see, you have all these fat layers, brothers and sisters, children, family. You don't need that in your body, because when you eat it, it's going to sit in your arteries just like how it is sitting here, and you don't want that, because that is what clogs the pipes of our blood vessels and eventually result in a cardiac arrest. Okay, so you always want to trim out whatever you can see with your eyes. You know, just go around. This looks like a kidney shape, so just go around and cut it out. You don't need it. Don't try to say, oh, I am just trying to waste some good food here. My dear, save yourself. It's better so you can be able to eat some more. That is my tip. So, and then the glazed area of the ham, you actually don't need it on the fried rice. So you want to also trim that off. And while we are doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and cut around the fat area that I am trimming off. Okay, with a little bit of repetition, you get a skill of it. So I do have some here that I've already cleaned out. Again, one of my goals in the kitchen is to work smart. Rather than doing it one by one, I try to pile it up as much as I can. Okay, so I can do 3 at a time. I'm gonna cut through, straight through first, thin slice, You might wonder, oh, why is she not using a sharp knife? I don't do well with sharp knives in the kitchen. My children knows that, so I stay away from them. Okay, so that part is completely cut up. So now we're gonna do our final cubes. So just turn it sideways and cut in cubes. See that? Not too big. It's intentional. Almost evenly cut up. Because as I said, cooking in the kitchen is an art of science. So you have a lot of experimentation going on in the kitchen. And at the end of it all, you want your outcome to be well proportioned and colorful and desiring to the eyes and appetizing to the mount. Okay, flip this over and cut it up. So as you can see, this is all healthy ham. And just look through. If you notice any that is not proportion, you know, just take that opportunity to cut it through. We are doing two types of fried rice. There are so many variations of fried rice. You can choose to do your fried rice blank with nothing, or you have the option of filling it up with all sorts of assorted varieties. We're going to have shrimp fried rice. So this is already cooked shrimps. I actually purchased this from Costco. So here is the packaging. Farm raised, cooked, tail off shrimp. So it's easy, it's ready. All you have to do is just pour it out. You can rinse it out, which I did. Rinse mine out and it is ready. So for shrimp fried rice, I don't like to buy the little tiny ones, nor the extra big ones. Just go with a medium size, like the 50 to 70 shrimp per pound. So that will give you a good size of shrimp in your fried rice. And then of course we also have the ham, which we're going to use for the ham fried rice. It is all cut up in cubes. Okay, finely cut up. And then additional ingredients that we have is bell pepper, that is all cut up in cubes. And we also have green onions, cut up in cubes. And finally, peas and carrots. 1 bag of peas and carrots. You know, we always like to infuse health into our meal. You have the greens and carrots, you have the colors going, which is good for your heart once again. So, which ingredient? I'm going to do the ham fried rice first. That's going to be majority of the portion of the food of the fried rice. However, which of these ingredients go into the pan first? So, if you look at this is already cooked. The shrimp is cooked. The peas is frozen, so I put it out to thaw for about an hour. So it's ready, it's well thawed and ready. It's no longer frozen. And the green onion is fresh. So for the green onion, you definitely want to maintain a lot of the nutrients, the vitamins, as much as possible. So your green onions will definitely go in last. To go in first will be the bell pepper. Why? Because the bell pepper has a lot of liquid in it. So you're going to cook it longer, so be fully cooked. And at the same time, you're going to dehydrate it, you know, kind of dry off on the water. Because if you don't do that, your fried rice will easily go bad, will go stale when you have leftover, okay? I don't like greasy fried rice, and at the same time you want to minimize the amount of oil you are using. You just need adequate oil enough to fry the rice and the vegetables. So for this we're going to be using 1 spoon. Okay, that's about it. As I said, we're starting with the and it's always good to turn your pan on at this time. Cover it up for about 5 minutes. It should be ready. To smell the flavor of the aroma of the red bell pepper in the air, then you know that it's cooked. So next, we're gonna add our other fresh ingredient to this, which is the peas and carrots. The peas and carrots give it a lot of nutrients, and you have coloration going on here, so you have beta carotene, which is healthy for your heart, your vessels. So I'm just gonna add a little dusting of the pepper seasoning. And then cover it up to simmer into it for 3 minutes. Okay, so you give it a good stir. Now the goal is not to overcook your vegetables. Then you really lost all the nutritional value from the vegetables. If you're a meat person, you know, you might feel the need to add more, but I just want some average. So you have them hand mixed in, and then let that give it a boil. And next will be the rice. A little bit closer so it's not spilling. You see, when you use a large pan, you can do large volume at once. So you are not in the kitchen for a long period of time. So you from the bottom scoop up, bottom scoop up, bottom scoop up until the vegetable is all evenly spread out into the rice. I'm going to reduce my flame again to medium because I don't want it to burn. So you can see all the various colors. This is beautiful, beautiful. Every color you can see here really complements the fried rice in a good proportional way. Nothing is outweighing the other. So that's good. Okay. So the last batch of our fried rice is the shrimp fried rice. So as you can see here, I have just 2 ingredients in so far: the bell pepper and the shrimp. Because the shrimp, of course, has some liquid. So you want to cook that out before you add the fried rice and the minced vegetable. So I'm going to open it up because I want it to cook out. Okay? As you can see, the shrimp is coiled in. That is a sign that it is perfectly cooked already. So we're just going to add on the minced peas and carrots. And lastly, we get some of the chopped green onions. Okay, and be conscious of stirring so it's not burning. or you reduce your heat, one or the other. So a dash of the perfect seasoning and little dash of cayenne pepper. I put this on a high heat because I want to cook it fast. I don't want it to stay long on the stove. So last addition is of course the rice, the main ingredient. While I'm doing that, I'm reducing the heat. So the heat, I'm in control of the heat. Stir it in from the bottom. So stir it in from the bottom, like that. In from the bottom. In from the bottom, in from the bottom. If you have any chunks of rice, such as this, you want to break it up so it can blend with the rest of the rice.